Mr. President, can I ask you more about soybeans? What's the plan for helping farmers? Will it be direct payments or tax breaks? Have you made a decision yet?
And soybeans, we'll see more progress soon, I think so. Part of the reason for the meeting is because President Xi has things he wants to discuss with me, and I have things I want to discuss with him. One of them is soybeans. I made a great deal with China where they're going to buy $50 billion of our products, agricultural products, manufactured products, and many other things. And it went really well. Then when the election was discovered to be fraudulent and the wrong person came into power, he did nothing. Before, I used to call President Xi every 2 weeks or call the Chinese officials to remind them you have to keep up with the deal, you are not buying enough. And that has been the case since we signed it. It was a great deal. They were buying about 15 billion, and I increased it to 50 billion, which was great. But when Biden came in, they never lived up to the deal. And as you can imagine, nobody on the Biden team did anything. So the deal just sat there for 4 years. They were not living up to it, and it was hard to come back after 4 years without anyone calling them. And I still call every 2 weeks. Sometimes I say, you are buying too little, or sometimes I say, thank you very much, I appreciate you living up to the deal. We had a deal, they were going to buy $50 billion of our products, primarily agricultural and farm products. You remember I told the farmers, buy bigger tractors, buy more land, and they did. They did a great job. But we got hurt. But by the way, I want you to talk about that a little bit more. Brooke, can you talk about how Biden has let us down? Tell us what problems farmers have had with the Biden administration's inaction over the last 4 years. Plus, please continue.
I think that's absolutely true. This administration has been very pro-farmer. First of all, we've worked very hard to open up markets in the first place, especially in this administration. But this is something that people need to understand. The agricultural economy is in turmoil, and that's not just because of the current trade negotiations, although China is certainly part of that. We inherited a lot of problems. When the first Trump administration ended, we had a jelly like agricultural trade. But when we came back, the deficit was $50 billion just in agriculture alone. The second part, farmers' input costs have increased by an average of 30 to 38%, including fertilizer, fuel, interest, and labor. All of this is happening under Joe Biden. Labor costs are up 47%, and now Secretary Chavez, Denemer Noem, and I have to deal with that. Fuel prices are coming down, thankfully. Interest rates are also coming down after going up to 73% on farmers' loans. For farmers' loans, they can't borrow money to continue farming. All of those factors are really important. I think we need to recognize the commitment of this administration. We are entering an era of rural prosperity, a golden era for the American farmer. The trade renegotiations and market adjustments that Jameson, Scott, and Howard have undertaken at my request are unprecedented in the history of our country. The biggest beneficiaries will be our Native Americans, our farmers, our ranchers. I pledged that we needed a bridge from the Biden years to the new Trump era, and I would build that bridge. And that's what we're doing every day. We have to reopen the government to provide long-term support for farmers. We have to break the cycle of bureaucracy. We have to make sure farmers have markets to sell their products. This is not only an economic issue, but also a national security and food security issue.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. I think that's enough. Thank you, everyone.